Hey, hockey fans, how's everybody doing? Let's review some scores for Monday and then we'll make some picks for Tuesday. There's 7 games on the board for Tuesday, just like Monday here. So we'll just get at it. Philadelphia and Buffalo. Buffalo, I don't know how they lost that game, but they did, and we got it wrong. The Islanders, they lost a close one, 2-1 to Pittsburgh. We got that one wrong. Then Edmonton over Toronto, 3-2 in overtime. We got that one right. Colorado easily handled Anaheim, 5-2. We got that one right. Vegas over the LA Kings, 4-1. We got that one right. Winnipeg over Calgary, 5-1. We got that one right. And then the last game, which is crazy because it was my best bet, and it also was the last game I needed in a parlay, was Minnesota money line. And it went into an 8th round shootout, and they lost to San Jose 4-3, so we got that one wrong. So yeah, best bet didn't go through, so that record drops to 19-14. Overall picks were 4-3. That record goes to 143 and 112. And then in the one parlay I got the Oilers puck line and Vegas puck line. I got those two right, but Minnesota money line I didn't get. And then on the other one, the only one I got right was the Winnipeg. The Islanders and Minnesota on that one didn't go through. So Minnesota, I was kind of counting in a big way on all three situations, and it didn't come through. And it waited till the 8th round in a shootout to tell me that. But still, not a bad way to start the week. It wasn't great, wasn't bad. It was all right. Now we'll get on to some picks for Tuesday. Tuesday, we've got Edmonton taking on Montreal. Montreal, 4-2-4 in their last 10. Current one-game winning streak. Carey Price listed to be in net for Montreal. Edmonton is 7-2-1 in their last 10. Koskinen is listed to be in net for Edmonton. They're in third with 45 points in the Scotia North. Montreal sits in fourth with 37 points. The Oilers on a back-to-back. They played Toronto on Monday night and won that game 3-2 in overtime. The Canadiens last played Vancouver back on the 20th, and they won 5-4 in a shootout. The Canadiens lead this season series 2-1. McDavid's still leading the Oilers, 10 points in his last 5 games. And I know, one way to look at this is that Edmonton's going to be tired. Montreal's going to be really rested. They should win this game. But I don't know. That was a big win for Edmonton over Toronto. Toronto's kind of had their number the last little while, and to get that win might give them some energy, and they might carry that through. And I mean, these guys are conditioned. I don't think they'll be tired, and I think they'll win the game. My first pick's going to be Edmonton to beat Montreal. Montreal, I think, is going to be a little rusty because they haven't been playing. Anyway, that's my pick, Edmonton to beat Montreal. Next game, we've got the New Jersey Devils against Boston. Boston's 4-4-2 in their last 10, current one-game losing streak. Halak is listed to be in net for Boston against the Devils, who are 5-4-1 in their last 10, current one-game winning streak. Blackwood listed to be in net for the Devils. They're in 7th with 30 points in the Mass Mutual East. Boston sits in 4th with 39 points. On Sunday, the Devils squeezed out a 1-0 win against the Bruins, and this is the second of a 2-game set. The Devils actually have a 4-1 lead in this season series. In the last game, though, Boston outshot the Devils 40-29. The two goalies were 2 stars in the game. I mean, they both played phenomenal. And in that game, if you watch that game, the puck bounced in favor of the Devils, and that doesn't always happen. And I don't think it's going to happen in this game. And I think the home team, Boston, is going to win. That's my pick. Boston to beat the Devils. That's my pick. Next game, Washington against the New York Rangers. The Rangers are 5-4-1 in their last 10, current 2-game losing streak. Chesterkin listed to be in net for the Rangers against Washington, who, with the best last 10 record, 9-1-0, and a current 3-game winning streak. Vanacek is listed to be in net for Washington. They're in first with 50 points in the Mass Mutual East. The Rangers sit in 6th with 34 points. This is a second game also of a 2-game set between these two. The Capitals took the first game 5-4. The Rangers lead the season series 3-2. Fox is playing really well for the Rangers right now. I think he's got 12 points in the last 5 games. And Ovechkin, I think he's still leading the Capitals with 6 goals in his last 5 games. And the Washington also, they've got I think the best road record in their division at 10-3-2. And they also sit third in goals for. This Washington team is just a dangerous team. And I mean, they seem to be winning every game that they play almost. And I'm going to stick with them. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go Washington visiting team to beat the Rangers. And it's tough because I like the Rangers. But I'm going to go Washington. Washington's my pick. Next game, Columbus against Tampa. Tampa 6-4-0 in their last 10, current 2-game losing streak. Vasilevsky is listed to be in net for Tampa. Columbus 3-4-3 in their last 10, current 2-game losing streak. Korpisalo is listed to be in net for Columbus. They're in 6th with 34 points in the Discover Central. Tampa in 1st with 50 points. The Blue Jackets lost their last game to Detroit 4-1. And the Lightning, they lost a close game to Carolina 4-3. The teams have only seen each other twice so far this season, with each team taking a game. Both those games were played back in January. Tampa back from a 3-game road trip, which wasn't a great trip for them. I mean, with 1 win and 2 losses, but they still sit in 1st in goals for and 2nd in penalty or power play percentage at 27.7. And Columbus has actually lost 4 in a row. 2 of them went into overtime, but they've lost 4 in a row. And obviously one of these clubs are going to, break their losing skid here. And I see that being Tampa, the home team here. Columbus just looks like I don't know what's going on, but they're a mess. And Tampa should win this game, no problem. Tampa's my pick. Next game, Detroit against Florida. Florida is 6-4-0 in their last 10. Current 2-game winning streak. Bobrovsky's listed to be in net for Florida against Detroit, who are 5-4-1 in their last 10. Current 2-game winning streak. Calvin Pickard is listed to be in net for Detroit. They're in 8th with 28 points in the Discover Central. Florida sits in 3rd with 48 points. The Red Wings coming off winning 2 straight against Columbus, 3-1 and 4-1. And the Panthers off winning 2 straight against Dallas, 4-3 and 4-1. The Panthers lead the season series 4-2 with 2 games to go. Detroit won the last game 2-1. Both teams on 2-game winning streaks. If you watch the Detroit play Columbus, I mean, they played loose and I don't know, I think they're starting to believe in themselves a little bit. And at the same time, Florida, I mean, Huberdeau is playing well. I think he's got 5 points in the last 5 games. For Hagee, I think has got 4 goals in the last 5 games. So, interesting, but I think as far as upsets go, this could be one. And I'm going to go Detroit to carry on with what they got going on and to beat Florida. Visiting team, Detroit's going to be my pick, and I know that's a big upset. Next game, Carolina against Chicago. Chicago 3-7-0, current 2-game losing streak. Lankinen in net for Chicago. Carolina 7-1-2, current 3-game winning streak. Nedeljkovic is to be a net for Carolina. They're in 2nd with 49 points in the Discover Central. Chicago in 5th with 37 points. The Hurricanes had a nice win over number 1 Tampa on Saturday, 4-3. And the Hawks lost their last game on Sunday against Nashville, 3-2. Carolina has a 2-1 lead in this series. This Hurricanes team, I mean, they're 1st in power play at 30.2%. The Hawks are in 3rd with 27%. Nedeljkovic, however you say it, he's playing really well. I think he's had like 8 quality starts in his last 9 starts. And they're only 1 point behind Tampa. I'm going to go to the visiting team here to keep rolling. Carolina to beat Chicago. That's going to be my pick. Last game, we've got Dallas against Nashville. Nashville is 7-3-0 in their last 10, current 5-game winning streak. Saros listed to be in net for Nashville. Dallas 3-3-4 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Khudobin listed to be in net for Dallas. They're in 7th with 31 points in the Discover Central. Nashville sits in 4th with 37 points. Dallas suffered a 4-1 loss to Florida on Sunday, and Nashville played Chicago on Sunday, and they won that game 3-2. Teams have played 4 times, Dallas winning the first 2 games and Nashville winning the last 2. The Predators have the longest winning streak in their division right now, and I'm pretty sure that Saros was named the 3rd star in the NHL for last week. And the Predators are now sitting in 4th. And I think, they're, like I said about Detroit playing loose, Nashville's playing loose with belief as well. I like their energy right now, and I'm going to go home team here, Nashville to win that game. So my picks, Nashville to beat Dallas, Carolina to beat Chicago, Detroit to beat Florida, Tampa to beat Columbus, Washington to beat the New York Rangers, Boston to beat the Devils, Edmonton to beat Montreal. My best bet, I'm going to make it that Tampa game, and for a parlay, I'm going to go Washington money line at 1.9. I'm going to go Tampa puck line minus 1.5 at 2.05. And then I'm going to go Nashville, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go money line or puck line, but for this sake, I'll just say money line. But the odds aren't out on Bet365 for that game yet, so we'll see. I'll probably make some decisions in the morning. Hope everyone's had a great start to the week. Good luck with your bets. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Talk soon. Thanks.